Let's decorate our sugar skulls. First things first, if you accidentally painted over the eye or the nose or something like that, you can use a black oil pastel to redraw it in the correct spot of your artwork. Or if you just wanted to make it a little bigger, let's say you painted over part of it, you can retrace the edge with the black oil pastel to make it stand out even more. Then we're going to add lots of fun decorations with our colorful oil pastels. If your oil pastels are in a container like this and they're sorted neatly, we want to try to do a good job of putting them back in the correct spots. So whenever I used a light blue, I would put it back in the same place where I got it. One of the things that I think is really cool about sugar skulls is looking at the icing designs. We can imagine that our oil pastel is like icing as we decorate our artworks with beautiful colors. The first design that I'm choosing to make is a flower design around the eye. And one of the things that's very cool about oil pastel is blending different colors. So I'm using two different blue colors here to start out, and maybe I'll blend them with even another color. So I made some petal shapes. Now I'm adding some dots, and I think for fun I will blend with a green oil pastel. I'm going to zoom here so you can see a little bit better. When I'm blending with the oil pastel, it's really just drawing on top till the color overlaps a little bit. You might get an unexpected color combination when you blend, and that's okay. That's part of the fun of making an artwork. When I'm working on this, I find it really helpful to look at examples to give me some different ideas that I can try to create in my artwork. So when I look at examples, I'm trying to see different shapes and colors, and in my brain I'm trying to imagine how that confectionery artist used icing on the sugar skull. So I can imagine how I, as an artist making a drawing with oil pastel, would try to recreate that look. Sometimes the decorations look symmetrical, so they look like they're the same on both sides. And sometimes the decorations look asymmetrical, like they might be different on both sides. Since you are the artist in charge of decorating your sugar skull, you get to decide how you want it to look. But I do think it's a good idea if we are trying to do our best the whole time. So when I'm working, I want to pay attention to what I'm doing and work slowly enough that I can control my hand and be very careful instead of being random. I like to experiment with color blending. So when I'm doing that, I'm also paying attention. Here I'm going to blend the orange and the yellow outline with a little bit of red. Just like that. Maybe a shape I noticed in the inspiration images is a spiral. So I'll use a few different colors of oil pastel to create a spiral. Again, when I'm using the oil pastels, I'm trying to do my best to put them back in the same spots that I got them, so that everyone else can use them just as easily as I did. That's a nice spiral, but I bet we could make it look even nicer if we traced along it with some other colors. So maybe I'm going to take a very similar color and trace on one side. This is sort of like a red-violet. Maybe I'll take a darker purple and trace on the other side. And something that's cool about oil pastel is sometimes you can even blend it with one of the other oil pastels. So if I wanted to blend it, I could take one of my colors again and gently color over top till the colors start to soften. So here I've got my purple, and I'm going in little gentle circles, and you can see it's filling in the spots that were still white, and it's blending all of these different purple and red, violet and indigo colors together to make a beautiful smooth spiral. If I wanted to, I could even keep tracing this with more colors, or I can add some more designs to another part of my sugar skull. If you finish with the sugar skull, you can even add beautiful patterns and designs to the background as long as you're working carefully.